up, YouTube world? It's your boy Nightmare 10 once again, and I'm back with another video. This time I'm going to do some more Raw thoughts, quick Raw thoughts like the last one. I don't like to ramble for long, plus who wants to sit here and watch me talk? I mean, of course they would want to look at me, but I'm just kidding. Anyways, I just wanted to get another video out here because with the holidays and stuff, I haven't been able to get a video out and haven't really had anything to talk about, but I knew once Royal Rumble news and stuff like that would start coming out, you know, it'd be good to go. I didn't really want to force a Batista video out. Yes, if you didn't know, Batista is coming back to Monday Night Raw. I believe it's January the 20th, I want to say. So I look forward to that, but, you know, it depends on what he's doing. I don't know. I mean, I've always liked Batista, of course. Evolution is one of my favorite factions, if not my favorite. So we'll see what happens, but I'm not really looking forward to like a Batista versus Orton match at WrestleMania. Speaking of Orton, it's going to be Orton and Cena at Royal Rumble. Boo. Who cares? For the 5 millionth time. But it is what it is. We get what we get. So, and it's on my birthday, and I'll probably actually order Royal Rumble with some friends because I always watch it. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Other notable things: Seth Rollins, CM Punk was pretty good on Raw. Well, I'd say pretty good. It kind of ended good. It was decent for the most part. But yeah, check it out if you want. I guess that's nothing. I wouldn't say it's nothing to check out. Maybe you DVR Raw and you're watching this and you want to know what to watch. I guess, and that's the beginning of the show. So go ahead. There's a good CM Punk Shield segment that started the show, so I'll give it that much. Then, if you don't already know from watching other YouTubers or reading Twitter or the dirt sheets or whatever, Lesnar was coming back tonight. He did come back. Kind of basically said, or Heyman basically said that he's the number one contender for the WWE Championship, or WWE World Heavyweight Championship, however you say it now. So yeah, so whatever happens there, just got a tweet notification. As it goes away. As you guys can't see that. Sorry. When we record on my iPhone, that's what happens. But anyways, so Lesnar, saying he's the number one contender and whatnot. I would actually I think Lesnar should go for the belt. You know, he's, dominated pretty much everybody else. I say dominated, but, he did lose to Triple H and John Cena, but, he's, they're trying to make him as this powerhouse, so if you're going to make him this powerhouse, you need to, let him go for the belt eventually. And he's back. I mean, when was the last time we saw him? I guess SummerSlam. Which was against Punk when he beat Punk. So, but yeah, Heyman being back in the spotlight is always good. But yeah, he declared basically he's, no one in the back. If anybody in the back had anything to say, but he pretty much figured no one would have anything. No one would have any disagreements with him or whatever. And out comes Mark Henry later, about a few minutes later. I don't care. I mean, I knew this was going to happen, but I don't care that it's Mark Henry, but. They fought. The brawl was pretty good, and then the F5 that Lesnar did on Mark Henry was amazing. That was pretty cool. So I was like, all right. It kind of reestablished. Like Henry's basically used to reestablish Lesnar as a huge threat. So that's cool. I don't know if that means Lesnar will be in the Rumble at all. They kind of said he wouldn't be. So I guess if he said he wasn't going to be, and then he ended up showing up in the Rumble, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. So I don't know if maybe they just Henry request a match or something. I don't really get why. I wouldn't want to see Mark Henry, a Henry and Lesnar match anyway, but it is what it is. But it was a good segment there. We'll see what they're going to do with Lesnar. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are saying, well, you have the Elimination Chamber match, but they could just have, I don't know, they could have one for number one contendership and then let Lesnar fight whoever won at Chamber. So either let Lesnar win that match and then the winner of the EC Elimination Chamber match would fight Lesnar. I don't know. Either one is fine, but I don't know what. We'll talk about that later. The main thing I want to talk about was the end of Raw, where you had the Wyatt family versus Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan had to beat Luke Harper in order to get to Eric Rowan. If he beat Eric Rowan, he would get to Bray Wyatt. He eventually gets to Bray. Bray gets in the ring, tells them to get out or whatever, and then they end up coming back in and beating the living crap out of him. Then, Bray Wyatt does his typical promo, which is pretty awesome. And then Daniel Bryan kind of is like, you're right. He's like, no matter what I do, they're never gonna the company, the business, whatever he called it, the corporate's never gonna give me the shot that I deserve. I'm yours, basically, kind of bending down to him or whatever, bowing down to him and just saying, I'm part of the family. And I thought it was just going to be to, kind of sucker Bray Wyatt in, but it looks like he's part of it. I don't know, they drew it out. I like the way they did the segment. Just not sure about, what this means for Daniel Bryan and what this means for the Wyatt family. I mean, you already have the numbers and 3 people, adding a 4th. I don't really know. I mean, I guess, Bray Wyatt's whole thing is to try to, not necessarily corrupt, because he's saying that the business, it's already corrupt, so I guess he's trying to uncorrupt it, but, get it, he's trying to get everybody, I guess could be the angle that he's trying to get Daniel Bryan on his side and let him see it, but, I don't know. The only thing I thought of right off the bat, and Alex Khalil, I'll give him a shout out, on Twitter, was kind of said this, and I was already thinking it, but I agree. I want to give him kind of credit because it kind of sparked some more thoughts from me. But he kind of said, what if this is to help Daniel Bryan win the Rumble, where he turns on Wade Bryan, I cannot talk tonight. Bray Wyatt, maybe they're the final 2 or something like that, and he turns on him at that point. They basically clean house in the Royal Rumble, and then Bray Wyatt's like celebrating after he's thrown out Luke Harper or something like that. Willingly they back out or something like that, and Daniel Bryan's going to back out. Bray Wyatt thinks he won, and Daniel Bryan throws him out or something like that. I think that would be kind of interesting. I don't know. We'll see if they do that. But they could. LV also said something. They could do it regardless, but then still have Batista win the Rumble. So I don't know. I personally, we'll see what happens. I don't mind it. I wouldn't even mind it if it set up a Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt match at WrestleMania. Obviously, Daniel Bryan deserves to be in the title hunt, but if it's kind of clear he's not going to get it, that's not a bad match to have. I think they both could put on a pretty good match. Problem is they won't get time. That's the problem. Well, I guess they could. They might. You never know. But with all these big names always having that's the only downfall for all these big names coming back, because none of the smaller guys, or I say smaller guys, but none of the lesser big names. I mean, they could become big names if you let them. But like Dolph Ziggler, Damian Sandow, Cody Rhodes, guys like that. Not to put Daniel Bryan in that category. He's not in that category. But I'm just saying, like, even big stars like Daniel Bryan get put on the back burner because of all the people, coming back. Like, I hear Jericho's coming back. Why? Like, okay, for a Mania match, but I didn't mind so much. Like, if he's gonna fight Fandango, that's fine. But like, don't take a big match away. Like, fighting Fandango last year, he won. Fandango won. It's like to put over. I don't mind Jericho coming back if he's gonna put over a young star like that. But it just takes a spot away where they need to be having these young guys get these spots. But WWE doesn't have to use them, so they bury them the whole year because they know they don't have to use them because they can just call, hey Jericho, hey Batista or something, and get bailed out. So I think and I don't know if Rock's going to be back. I doubt it. From what I hear, I haven't heard anything about Rock coming back. So for WrestleMania this year, which is probably why they probably reached out to Batista. I don't know if they reached out to him or he reached out to them. But anyway, this video is going too long. Point is, we'll talk about Rumble, we'll talk about Mania. We'll see where that goes from here on out. But just kind of wanted to get a video up about WrestleMania or not WrestleMania, about Raw. What I thought of Raw. I like the ending, but I just don't know where it's going to go. We'll see where it goes from here. I think it could be Daniel Bryan's plea that look, if I'm going to win the Royal Rumble, that's the only shot I have to get back in the title hunt. They're not going to give it to me, so let me be a part of the Wyatt family. Let me just please Bray Wyatt, and then that's 4 people. That's 3 people with me that can help me win the Rumble. I think with Batista, it's like unless when he comes back on the 20th, they tease something else. I think it's going to be him winning the Royal Rumble. But at the time, like, look at the winners. I guess Cena was the obvious winner. Was it last year that Cena won? Yeah, Cena won last year, so that was completely obvious. But so we'll see. I mean, I guess this year it'll be another obvious winner. But I mean, when Del Rio won and then Sheamus won, those were kind of wild cards. So I don't know. We'll see. I think pretty much it's either Daniel Bryan or Batista. I would be really shocked. A lot of people said Punk, so it'd be Punk versus Orton. So I don't know. But we'll talk more about that. Kind of previewing Rumble later on. This has gone too long. Hopefully this hasn't been an extreme ramble or anything. Hopefully this goes by fast or whatever for you guys. But those are my thoughts on Raw. I don't think there's really anything else noteworthy to talk about. I already said Batista comes back the 20th, so we'll see what happens. Royal Rumble's actually on my birthday. So we'll see. But anyway, guys, I'm out, guys. Peace.